Hello students, good morning. So today in this lecture we are going to discuss about a new chapter, linear programming. So this uh, chapter is based on optimizing problems. Okay, first of all you must know the meaning of optimization. Optimization means we are going to maximize or minimize that given function. That function can be anything, that can be cost function or revenue function or any other given function it can be. So that function is going to be minimized or maximized. For example, revenue we are going to maximize generally. Cost function generally we are going to minimize. So within minimum cost only we are going to get the maximum generally everyone uh, require. Correct, everyone needs. Correct. So here in the chapter, whatever problems we are going to maximize or minimize, so those problems are known as LPP, means linear programming problem. Okay, so from this we'll be having one 4 marker or one 6 marker. Okay, and it is very less important for IIT. Correct, this is very important to note, right? But this concept is important. And if you observe, what will be the base for the chapter? Okay, in 11th class we have discussed about linear inequalities. Correct. So linear inequalities in one variable, linear inequalities in two variables, like that we have discussed some problems. So from that we have solved long answers also in different exams in the class 11. Hope you can recall that. Clear? Here in this chapter, linear programming, so we are going to recall all those previous concepts which we have learned in the class 11. So there what do we learn? How to solve the given inequality of two variables or single variable. Okay, for example, if it is less than 0, that is towards the origin, inside the origin. If that is greater than 0, that is outside the origin, region will be outside the origin. Okay, so like that. And after that, so how that linear inequalities can be the base for the chapter, let us see in this. In earlier classes we have discussed system of linear equations and their applications in day-to-day problems. In class 11th, we have studied linear inequalities and system of linear inequalities in two variables and their solutions by graphical method. Hope you can recall. Correct? So many applications in mathematics involve system of inequalities or equations. In this chapter, we shall apply the system of linear inequalities or equation to some real life examples, real life problems of the uh, type that is given below in this page. Just have a look at that. Actually, this chapter is very easy to understand, okay, by reading this also. Correct. So you may feel that sir is explaining from this textbook. Yes, of course, because so there is some terminology which we have to know, which we have to understand before going to solving problems in this chapter. We may go for minimize the given problem or maximize the given problem. That means optimizing. Optimizing means we may minimize or maximize. Sometimes based on given question. Okay, for some cost functions we have to minimize. For some revenue functions we have to maximize the function. Correct? So minimize or maximize, that is finally called optimizing. Correct? Now you have to know, sir, why we need to minimize, why we need to maximize the function. For knowing that only, we are going to read this example. Just have a look at that, try to understand. Okay, see, have a look at that second paragraph. A furniture dealer deals in only two types of items. What are those? Tables and chairs. Okay, so what are those? Tables and chairs, right? Now see here, a businessman, okay, furniture dealer, is going to sell, is going to provide tables and chairs, correct? He has only two types of items. He can provide tables or chairs, understood? After that, he has 50,000 rupees to invest. Okay, he wants to purchase some number of tables, some number of chairs. But how much amount he has? Only 50,000 rupees to invest. Okay, so he can purchase uh, those items worth only 50,000. He cannot purchase more than 50,000 as he has only 50,000 rupees to invest. Okay, and has storage space of at most 60 pieces. Means in his lorry, in his vehicle, there is a place only for 60 pieces. Means tables and chairs including both, only 60 chairs he can allot. Okay, only 60 chairs he can arrange in his vehicle. Okay, so storage space is limited for maximum of 60 pieces, correct? That means what can you understand from this first sentence? He has only 50,000 rupees to purchase something, some number of tables or some number of chairs. So maximum, how many items he can purchase? 60 items only he can purchase, because he has storage space of only 60 pieces. At most means maximum, at least means minimum, that we have learnt in class 11. Hope you can recall. After that, a table cost 2,500 rupees, correct? A chair cost 500 rupees. Hope you are understanding, correct? So it's very easy to understand, as I told you before, right? A table cost 2,500, a chair cost 500 rupees. Okay, so he estimates that from the sale of one table, he can make a profit of 250 rupees. Okay, by selling every chair, he can make a profit of 250 rupees from every table. And from every chair, how much profit he can make? 75 rupees. Correct? He wants to know how many tables and chairs he should buy from the available money so as to maximize his total profit, assuming that he can sell all the items which he can buy, which he can purchase. Okay, see ya, correct? So generally, as a businessman, you can understand here situation. Okay, for example, I am going to purchase some number of tables, some number of chairs, but I can purchase maximum of 60 pieces only, both including chairs and tables. But I, at the same time, I can purchase worth 50,000 rupees only. I don't have any extra money than 50,000. Okay, so by selling one table 250 rupees I can make, and by selling one chair I can make 75 rupees. That means, so by selling one table I'm going to make 250 rupees. So can I go for purchasing all the tables only? Correct or not? There are many questions arise, correct or not? To maximize my profit as a businessman, I want to increase my profit always, obviously. Okay, so that to increase my profit, how many items I need to purchase? In that also, how many tables I need to purchase? How many chairs I need to purchase? So as to maximize my profit. Okay, I should make more number in tables or more number in chairs so that I can uh, allot more number of chairs. No, because maximum capacity is 60 things only, 60 items only I can put in my vehicle, correct? 60 vehicles only, sorry, 60 items only I can store in my vehicle, correct? That also I have to see, correct? That means how I can go for purchasing some number of tables and some number of chairs so that I can get more profit by selling those. Understood? That is the situation here. As a businessman, as a common man, just you try to observe. Okay. Acha, let us go for a go for an estimate, for a rough look. See, for every table, how much you are going to earn? 250 rupees. Okay. Can I go for all tables only? Can I go for purchasing all 60 tables only? What happens? Just imagine 60 into 60 into 250 rupees, because for every table I can make a profit of 250 rupees. Correct or not? Now you calculate 250 into 60. How much I'll get? 15,000 rupees I can get. Understood? 15,000 rupees profit I can get. Okay. So just try to observe there. Okay. So here 250 into 60. How much? 15,000 rupees I'll get. Acha, if I make all chairs only, if I purchase all 60 items as chairs only, per chair, how much you are going to earn? 75 rupees. Correct or not? 60 into 75. How much? 60 into 75. 45. 4,500. Correct. So is this correct data? So can I go for purchasing all tables only? Or can I go for purchasing all chairs only? How? So how I can make a purchase so as to make my profit as maximum? Okay. See, let us see some calculations here. Such type of problems which seek to maximize or minimize, okay, so profit or cost, form a general class of problems called optimization problems. In this, they are going to minimize or maximize some problems. Those problems are called optimization problems, which we are going to discuss in this chapter. Clear? Thus, an optimization problem may involve finding maximum profit, just like a previous example. At minimum cost, always we have to minimize the cost. That everyone knows, that every common businessman knows. We have to minimize the cost, we have to maximize the profit. That everyone knows. Correct or not? And minimum use of resources. Correct or not? I only alone can go to some Begum Bazaar. Correct? In my TV champ. Correct or not? Just like that. Just imagine. Okay, within to by minimizing the cost. Okay, correct or not? I cannot go for purchasing all these items in my bench car. Correct or not? So we have to minimize the cost. We have to minimize the all resources to make that profit, make that purchase happens. Correct. In that minimized cost for purchasing all those goods, and I have to get maximum profit. That everyone knows, that everyone uses. Correct. After that, a special but a very important class of optimization problems is linear programming problem, LPP. There are many equations will come in the previous example. How many chairs I need to purchase, how many tables I need to purchase. Otherwise, some number of tables, some number of chairs I can purchase so that I can make uh, my profit as maximum. Okay, so like the many equation, many scenarios will come. Okay, we'll see in which scenario will we going to get maximum profit. Okay, let us go forward, let us move on. The above stated problems is an example of linear programming problem. Linear programming problems are of much interest because of their wide applicability in industry, commerce, management, science, etc. Obviously, okay. So industries, commerce, management, sciences, in all these situations, so need of linear programming is inevitable. Correct. In this chapter, we shall study some linear programming problems and their solution by a graphical method only. Correct. Here we are going to formulate the problem first. After that, we are going to uh, draw the graph. After that, we are going to find solution. Okay, three things we have to remember. What are those? We have to formulate the equations or inequations, not equations, sorry, inequations we are going to form in this linear programming problem from the given data. Firstly, we have to understand the given data. Number one. Number two, we have to formulate the inequality. How many maximum number of items I can purchase, and how many this type of things I can purchase, how many that type of things I can purchase. So these all uh, data we have to write in the form of inequalities. That is second step. So that includes formulation of problem. Okay, correct. What is first thing? You have to understand the given data from the given question. What is second thing? You have to formulate the given data in the form of inequalities. Now third thing, we are going to draw the graph from those inequalities which are you have done in second case. After that, now what do? You have understood the problem, and secondly, what do? You have formulated the problem by using an inequalities. According to those inequalities, we have drawn the graph also. Okay, three things done. Finally, we are going to find out the solution for that given problem by that graph. In that, by using corner points where we are getting maximum point. Okay, where curve is maximum, at which point curve is reaching at highest place, at which point curve is maximum, at which point curve is minimum, at which point curve is flat. Okay, so these all things based on these corner points only we are going to find out that particular point which gives you the solution for the given linear programming problem. Understood? Anyway, while solving problem we can understand everything. As I told you again, problems in this chapter are very easy. Okay, the only thing you have to understand the method of solving, and before that some terminology we have to understand which we use in this linear programming problem. Okay, shall we move on now? Linear programming problem in and its mathematical formulation. Okay, we begin our discussion with the above example of furniture dealer. Okay, just we have discussed that furniture dealer problem. No, now we are going to solve that. Okay, right? uh, See here, the dealer can invest his money in buying tables or chairs or combination thereof. Correct or not? He can go for purchasing all tables only, or he can go for purchasing all the chairs only, or he can go for purchasing some number of tables, some number of chairs. Okay. Why he is going to um, purchase in all these cases? To get maximum profit. Of course, everyone, right? Second point, there are certain overriding conditions or constraints, etc. His investment is limited to maximum of 50,000 rupees. He can invest maximum 50,000 rupees. In his storage space is maximum 60 pieces only. Suppose he decides to buy tables only, no chairs. Means how much, you tell me? 50,000 rupees he has, no? Every table costs how much? Every table costs how much? 2,500. Okay. So 50,000 by 2,500. So how many tables you can get? 20 tables only you can get. Correct or not? Of course, you may have space for 60 items. Okay. But you can purchase how many tables? Each table costs 2,500. But you have only 50,000 rupees. So 2,500 20s are 50,000. Correct or not? That means 20 pieces only you can purchase. Acha, let us go for calculating your profit. Okay, 20 tables means every table how much profit you are going to make? 250 rupees as it was given in the question previously. Correct? 250 into 20 how much? 5,000 rupees. Correct? Now you tell me how much profit you got in purchasing all the tables only? 5,000 rupees. Okay, 5,000 rupees. Okay, now see here, I'm going to show. Now see here, if you purchase all the tables and sell, how much profit you are going to make? 5,000. So this is first case. Okay. Now what is second case? Let us purchase all the chairs only. Okay. Now tell me 50,000. 50,000 में कितने chairs आते हैं? Right. How many chairs you'll get in 50,000 rupees? What is the cost of each chair? 500 rupees. Correct or not? 500 rupees. And 50,000 by 500. How many chairs you are going to purchase? How many chairs you are able to purchase? 100. 100 chairs. Okay. In 100 chairs, can you get maximum profit? Let us see. Okay. See, can you allocate space for 100 chairs in your vehicle? No. How many vehicles? How many pieces you can place? 60 only, correct? 60 pieces only you can place in your vehicle. Okay, 60 chairs only you can purchase. Then 60 into 75, because what is 75? 75 is profit by selling every chair. 60 into 75, how much you got? 4,500. This is second case. Okay, so this is second case. Okay, so this is first case. Okay, now you tell me, in first case you got 5,000 rupees profit. In second case you got 4,500 rupees profit. Now tell me, let me take some number of chairs, some number of tables, okay, to increase my profit. We'll see what happens. There are many other possibilities, not only these. For instance, he may choose 10 tables and 50 chairs. 10 tables, 50 chairs, total 60 items. Barabar, correct? 60 pieces you are able to purchase, okay. Now how much profit you are going to get? 10 tables, 10 into 250, 250 rupees is profit per table. 75 rupees is profit per chair. How much you are going to earn? 6,250. Oh my God. You are going to get maximum profit in this case only. Correct or not? Right. You are going to get maximum profit in this case only. But do you know before? Okay, as a businessman, without knowing this tactic, this logic of using maximizing profit maximizing profit technique, how a businessman can come to know how many tables I need to purchase, how many chairs I need to purchase. Correct or not? So that is the meaning of this. Simple. Okay, to find, okay, to determine or to maximize every businessman's profit. Okay, the same time minimizing the cost, minimizing the resources. Okay, so we need this optimizing technique. Optimizing means maximizing or minimizing. Correct? This technique is going to be discussed in this chapter named linear programming. Okay, we thus find that dealer can invest his money in different ways. He would earn different profits by following different investment strategies. By following different investment strategies. Now the problem is, how should he invest his money in order to get maximum profit? To answer this question, let us try to formulate the problem mathematically. Correct? So where it includes linear programming technique. Okay, let us see. So let us go forward to solve this problem mathematically or graphically. Clear? Let us move on. See here. Try to observe everything I'm going to explain in this problem only. Okay. After that, there will be nothing to discuss, nothing to explain, just solving on. Right? Now, let us go for this mathematical formulation of a problem. Okay. See here, mathematical formulation of a problem. Just a second, sorry. Mathematical formulation of a problem. How can we solve this problem? Let x be the number of tables. Okay. I'm going to solve it mathematically. Okay. So that I'm going to know how many tables that furniture dealer has to purchase, How many chairs he has to purchase so that to make his profit as maximum, to get maximum profit. Let us see. First step in solving every linear programming problem. What is that? Let us take x as some number of first type of things. Let y be some number of second type of things. This is the first step we have to follow while solving every linear programming problem. Okay, what is that? Let x be the number of tables, y be the number of chairs, as we have two different types of items, tables, chairs. Tables, number of tables should be taken as x, number of chairs should be taken as y. Okay, after that, obviously some number of tables will be there, some number of chairs will be there. Okay, that cannot be negative now, correct or not? Some number of chairs, some number of tables you have to purchase, you will purchase. That cannot be negative, no. That's why x is greater than or equal to 0 always, correct? And y is also greater than or equal to 0. That means those are non-negative constraints. These are non-negative constant that we have to understand. There is a meaning. Hope you can understand. Always, whatever x, y we take, some number of items. Okay, that cannot be negative. Of course, that may be 0 because you may take all first type of things only. You may take all second type of things only. Okay, that can be 0 but not negative, correct? Hope you can understand, correct? Now the dealer is constrained by the maximum amount he can invest. Here it is 50,000 rupees. How much amount he can invest? 50,000 rupees. And by the maximum number of items he can store, how much? 60 items only he can store, not more than 60 items he can place in his vehicle. Okay, now so how can you formulate? Now what you are doing, first step is over. What is first step? Understanding the given data in the question. First thing is over. Now second thing, what is second thing? Formulating the given data in the form of inequations. Okay, we are in second step now. What is that? Formulating the given problem, given data, right? Tell me. See, x is the number of tables. Okay, per table how much? 2500. 2500 into x. If I do, what is that? Expenditure on tables. For example, I am going to purchase 10 tables. I am going to purchase 10 tables. How much each table cost? 2500. So how much amount I should give? What is my spending? 2500 to 10 now, 25,000. Understood. But here, how many number of tables he is going to purchase? I don't know. We have to calculate. That can be taken as x. So 2500 into x can I write? What is 2500 into x? Expenditure on tables. Similarly, what is the cost per chair? 500 rupees. How many chairs we are going to purchase here? Y, let us take. So what is the expenditure on chairs? 500 into y. If you add both, what is that? Expenditure on tables, expenditure on chairs. Here, this is expenditure on tables. This is expenditure on chairs. If you add both, that must be 50,000 or below, not more than 50,000. Your budget is that much only, correct? So that here we should write less than or equals to or greater than or equals to. Less than or equals to means my total bill should be within that available amount, correct? So within that means less than or equals to. Less than or equals to means at least or at most. At most. Maximum I can spend 50,000 only. Maximum means at most. Means less than or equals to. Okay. Now tell me, what do you mean by at least? At least means give me at least 2 chocolates. Means 2 or more. Greater than or equals to. Clear? Hope you can understand. Now, after that, let us go for second constraint. So these inequalities are all called constraints. Now, what is second thing? 5x plus y less than or equals to 100. What is this? 5x plus y less than or equals to 100. Okay. Acha, this was simplified, correct or not? So here we are going to simplify. So by which table we have simplified? 500 table. 500 5s are 500 ones are 500 hundreds are 50,000. Just this is simplified. Okay. Always remember. So this is our objective function. Okay. Now let us see. X plus y. So this is not objective function. Let me explain. Wait. Okay. So now x plus y less than or equal to 60. What is that? What is x? Number of tables. What is y? Number of chairs. Total number of items should not exceed 60. So x plus y, total number of items should be within that 60, less than or equal to 60. That is storage constraint. Okay, these inequalities are called as constraints. Okay, after that, what is the last thing we write? X greater than or equal to 0. Okay, and y greater than or equal to 0 we can write. This is common for every LPP. Okay, these two constraints common for every LPP. Every linear programming problem we write x greater than or equal to 0 and y greater than or equal to 0. That is compulsory because number of items cannot be negative. Means graph will be obtained always in the first quadrant. X positive, Y positive, obviously will get graph in the first quadrant. That you would understand. So that is the common nature of the problems in this chapter. Okay, shall we go forward? Chalo, let us move on. Now, the dealer wants to invest in such a way that so as to maximize his profit. Why he is going to purchase like that? He wants to get maximum profit, correct? So what is that profit? That is our objective function, which is very, very important, which you have to understand in this case. See here. So z equals to, what is z? Objective function. Okay. So this function is the function which you are going to maximize. Okay. So generally where you have to get maximum profit should be maximum. What is profit? You tell me. Per table, profit how much? 250. Correct? Per table, profit 250. Right? How many tables he has purchased? X. Okay, 250 X. That is profit on tables. Similarly, how much every chair cost? Sorry, how much every chair profit by selling? 75 rupees. How many chairs he has sold? Y. 75 into Y. What is that? Total profit on chairs. Correct? So total profit on chairs 75 Y. Now similarly, if you go for adding both, what will you get? Total profit. What is that? 250x plus 75y. Okay, so 250x plus 75y. So that is objective function. That is total profit. That profit function we are going to maximize. Let us see how can we maximize the objective function. Clear? So mathematically given problem now reduced to maximize z equals to 250x plus 75y subject to constraints 5x plus y less than or equals to 100, x plus y less than or equal to 60, x greater than or equal to 0 and y greater than or equal to 0. So this is the formulation part. Second step. What is first step? As I told you, understanding the given problem. Okay, how many items he is going to purchase? Okay, how many things he need? How much profit he is going to get on selling first type of item, on selling second type of item? These all things you have to understand in the first step. Now what is second step? Formulating the given data in the form of inequalities. So this is the step. Okay, so how can write? Maximize some function. What is that function called? Objective function. Remember, whichever or whatever function we are going to maximize or minimize, that is called objective function. This is very important. Objective function only will maximize or minimize generally. Okay, subject to constant. What are the constants? Constant means limitations. Okay, so these many things only I can purchase. Okay, so this much amount only I can spend. Okay, so these many items only I can introduce. Okay, these many units of vitamin only I can mix in this food, like that. Those limitations which are given in the given question, those all can be written in the form of inequalities, which are known as constraints. Okay, just see that, you can observe that. See, these are constants here. Okay, so these three are constraints. And what is this called? Objective function. Okay, objective function. You have to understand what is objective function. Objective function is a function which can be maximized or minimized subject to given constants, subject to given limitations. Clear? Chalo. So now let us go for maximizing this function. How he is going to maximize in this problem, we'll see. We have to maximize the linear function z subject to certain condition determined by a set of linear inequalities with variables as non-negative. As we discussed already, graph is going to be obtained in first quadrant. There are also some other problems where we have to minimize also. As I told you, a linear function subject to certain condition determined by set of linear inequalities with variable as non-negative. Such problems are called linear programming problems. Okay, thus a linear programming problem is one that is concerned with finding the optimal value. Okay, what is optimal value? Whatever maximum value, whatever minimum value we get, that is optimum value. Okay, so of a linear function called objective function of several variable x, y. You may have z also, but our discussion is confined to two variables only in this chapter, in this class 12. Subject to the condition that variables are non-negative, satisfy set of linear inequalities which are called constants. So these are the terminology which we discussed before, which I told before. You have to remember these terminology. So whatever function we are going to optimize, minimize or maximize, what is that called? Yes, objective function. Z is objective function. After that, whatever inequalities we wrote, what are those called as? Constraints, including x greater than or equal 0, y greater than or equal 0. Clear? So now, just look at that. Before we proceed further, we now formally define some terms which have been. So z equal to ax plus by there. Okay. So now where a and b are constants. So always objective function can be in the form of z equal to ax plus by. In the previous problem, z equal to 250x plus 250x plus 750y. Correct or no? Okay, that is objective function. 250 means profit on every table. 75 profit on every chair. Correct? This combinedly objective function we call it as. Okay. Excuse me. Is a linear objective function. Variables x and y are called decision variables. Okay, so whatever x, y we use in objective function, those are called decision variable. Okay, so decision makers, correct or not? Because that x, y value only answer means how many number of tables I have to purchase to make my profit as maximum. How many chairs I have to purchase? Why? To make my profit maximum. X, Y only, X, Y only are the main values or important values. So those are decision values. So what are decision makers there? X, Y. X, Y variables are all called decision variables. Constraints, these all were discussed. Okay, just have a look at that and understand. This is very easy to understand, as I told you before. So let us move on to solving problem. Okay, don't feel bored. So we are going to enter into the climax. Okay, so we are going to solve this system of inequalities. Okay, first 5x plus y less than or equal 100. From where to get the total spending 50,000. Okay, so x plus y less than or equal 60, x greater than or equal 0, y greater than or equal 0. So this is formulating given data. Second step is over. Now we are going to enter into third step, fourth step. What is third, fourth, climax part? What is that? Third one means graph. Okay. Fourth one, from graph finding solution. Okay. So let us go for drawing this. To draw the graph, first of all, let us take inequalities into equations. Okay. See, now you just observe here. 5x plus y less than or equals to 100. So what are the points I can write for this equation? Okay, let me take every inequality in the form of equation. Let us take table values. Not much, just we'll take 1 point on the x-axis, 1 point on the y-axis. Clear? So 5x plus y less than or equal to 100 can be taken as 5x plus y equal to 100. 5x plus y equals to 100. Okay, 5x plus y equals to 100 we can write. Okay, so from this, after writing inequality as equation, let us take 2 points, 1 point on the x-axis, 1 point on the y-axis. Tell me which point I can take on the x-axis for this. For taking point on the x-axis, we should make y value 0. Acha, if I take y value 0, then what can I take x value? Tell me. 5, how much? 100. 20 is so 20 comma 0. So can I take point as 20 comma 0? That is the point on the x-axis. Clear? Now tell me, what can you take point on the y-axis? Y-axis means make x value 0. So I'm making x value 0. Then y value must be full 100. Otherwise, that cannot be satisfied. Clear? So 20 comma 0, 0 comma 100. Simple. It is enough to take 1 point on the x-axis, 1 point on the y-axis. After that, we have to take one more point, which is the point of intersection. Okay, that we'll see. Just a second. Let us go for taking points for second inequality. You tell me what will be the points on the x-axis. 60 comma 0. Next, what will be the point on the y-axis? 0 comma 60. Correct or not? 0 comma 60. Correct? Okay. Huh. Now you tell me. So what is one more point? Decision making point. Which is the answer? Point of intersection. You remember one thing. Whenever we solve two inequalities, two equalities. What are the two equations here? 5x plus y equals to 100 and x plus y equals 60. Let us solve these two. Whatever we get point of intersection, that will be the answer in 99% cases. Okay, whatever we solve, these two equations, 5x plus y equal 100, x plus y equal 60. If you solve these, what will you get point? Tell me. So what will you get point? Tell me just. Okay, see here, y cancel, y cancel here. Then what will you get? 5x minus x, 4x. 4x equal to 40, x equal 10. So I can write 10 comma, if I substitute 10, what is y? 50. X plus y equals 60 now. Okay, so 10 comma 50, finished. Okay, so problem is finished. Okay, solution was obtained here. You no need to go for graph. When you go for solving problem for objective, first of all, I'm explaining this problem. in an objective manner. Okay, see, simple. Let me repeat. See here. First, we need to take first equation. Take 2 points, one point on the x-axis, other point on the y-axis. Even that also no need to take. Simple. Whatever two equations we have, no, just solve them. Whatever point of intersection we get, that is the answer. Simple. Okay. Only 3 steps. See here. Form equation. Okay. Now solve them. We'll get point of intersection. That point of intersection is the answer. Finished. Nothing will be there. But in a subjective manner, to score, to get 6 marks in CBSE, we have to take these points for first equation, some points for second equation, and point of intersection also we should take 10 comma 50. Okay, so now let us go for plotting these points, okay, in the graph. So from that, wherever they intersect, okay, that we know already. Without drawing graph only, we'll be able to tell the answer. We'll be able to judge the answer easy. Clear? So, shall we look at the solution now? Okay. So now let us go forward. How it was solved? Actually, there was nothing to solve. Already we know the answer. Okay. See ya. Simple. Understood? What was the points you took? See, 20 comma 0 and 0 comma 100. You took points for first line. And you took points for second line. What is that? 60 comma 0, 0 comma 60. Draw second line. After that, you have to identify what is the point of intersection. That you have to calculate separately and plot the point here. What is the point of intersection here? 10 comma 50. Finish. 10 comma 50 is the answer. What is the answer here? 10 comma 50 is the answer. Simple. So problem is solved. Sir, what is solved? What was the problem? What did you get? You tell me. I don't know. You tell me first. A shop dealer, a furniture dealer is going to purchase some number of tables, some number of chairs. He has only 50,000 rupees to spend, and he has only space for 60 items. He cannot purchase more than 60 items. He cannot spend more than 50,000 rupees. So for that, how many tables, how many chairs he need to purchase so that he can get maximum profit? That's it. That is the question. Now you tell me what is the answer. He has to purchase 10 tables, 50 chairs to get maximum profit. That's it. Okay. So problem is finished. Okay. So this is the thing. Just we'll go for solving both the equations. Of course, inequations converted into equations, no. By solving them, whatever we get point of intersection, that will be the answer in 99% cases. Clear? So now here region is bounded and closed. Okay. And whatever corner points. Acha, how can you solve in CBSE manner? Simple. We should write like this. From the graph, corner points are, what are the corner points for this shaded region? A 20 comma 0, B 10 comma 50, C 0 comma 60. Write all those points and substitute these values in the objective function. What is the objective function? What is the objective function? Z equals to something you wrote, no. In that you substitute wherever we get maximum, that will be the answer. Obviously, where will we get maximum? At 10 comma 50 only will get maximum. Okay. Let me show how he has solved subjectively for CBSE. See here. Like this. Okay. Right? Let me repeat. What is the first? See, 4 things you have to remember as I told you. What is first thing? Try to understand the given data in the problem. First step. What is his requirement? How much amount he has? Okay, so what are the different scenario there, different situations he's going to, what are different equations. Okay, so that you have to understand in first case. In second case, you're going to formulate the equations, sorry, in equations. Okay, so what is objective function, what are the constants, those all we are going to write in second step. Now in third step we are going to draw the graph. We have drawn graph already, we have seen, correct? So third step over, we have drawn graph. Before drawing graph only we have finalized the answer, correct? After that, fourth step, what is that? Finding solution. Already we got solution. What is that? Wherever objective function gives maximum value, so those uh, those number of items is the answer. Means what is that answer here? See, 10 comma 50. So 10 comma 50 is the answer here. Okay, so 10 comma 50 is the answer. 10 comma 50 only he got maximum value. Okay, try to understand, explain this problem. 6,250 is maximum profit he'll get. Than any case. In this case only you can get maximum profit. In which case? By purchasing 10 tables, 50 chairs. Only you'll get maximum profit. That's it. So finally, what is the conclusion we should write? That furniture dealer has to purchase 10 tables and 50 chairs to get the maximum profit. That's it. Will be given 6 marks or 4 marks. Okay, sometimes question from this chapter will be given for 4 marks. Sometimes it will be for 6 marks. Okay, but try to understand. You no need to buttify in any case in this discussed example. Hope you have understood. Clear? So let us go forward to uh, one more example before finishing it. Just have a look at that. So this is the conclusion he wrote. We observe that the maximum profit to the dealer results from the investment strategy. Which strategy? 10 tables, 50 chairs. Then only he can. Acha, by using which method we have solved this problem? There is one and only one method. Okay. Okay, our discussion is confined to only one method. CBSE syllabus, we have only one method. ICSE, there may be two methods. Mostly, we don't need those, right? Because solving problem is important, correct or not? In ISC also, we are going to solve this type of LPP by using first method, this method only, corner point method. Okay, corner point method. Okay, of course, what are the corner points we have discussed? Whatever graph bounded there, whatever corner points visible in that graph, those are corner points, which are you are taken in the table. Okay, what are those? 0, 0, 20, 0. Okay, so 10, 50, like that, 60, 0. These are the corner points. In those corner points, at which point will get maximum profit, maximum value? That point is the answer. Okay, so what is the maximum profit? 6,250. Okay, right. So in which scenario? Okay, in which scenario will get maximum profit? By purchasing 10 tables, 50 chairs in that strategy. Okay, see, these are the steps as we discussed already. Okay, don't get confused, just follow any one method. Okay, so no need to go through these methods. Just follow one particular method. Okay, acha. Here we have two types of problems: bounded problems, bounded linear programming problem, and unbounded linear programming problem. Okay, so bounded, unbounded. So in the previous example, what was that graph? Bounded. Okay, anyway, in the next class we'll see problems about unbounded. So here in this lecture we'll discuss about bounded problems only. Okay, see, Let us see one problem in this. Just have a look at that. It is very easy to understand. Basic problem. So what is a direct question given? So it's not a word problem. Okay. So directly we can understand what you are going to do here. We are going to maximize z equals to 4x plus y and subject to the constraints. What are those? Just observe. So x plus y less than or equal to 50, 3x plus y less than or equal to 90. Two constants given, and along with those x greater than or equal to 0, y greater than or equal to 0 given. Clear? Now just how will solve? Take inequalities into equations first. Take one point on the x-axis, one point on the y-axis for both the equations. By converting inequalities into equations, take two points for each. After that, take one extra point, which is the point of intersection. Okay. Tell me what are the points we can take for first inequality? X plus y equal 50, 50 comma 0, 0 comma 50. Clear? After that, second inequality, what can take points on the x-axis, y-axis? X-axis means 30 comma 0. 330 is a 90. Correct? What can you write point on the y-axis for this? 0 comma 90. Clear? X must be 0, y must be 90. So that sum must be 90 there. Clear? Now tell me what is the point of intersection? See, Acha, you tell me without solving, without using pen and paper, tell me the answer for this. What is the answer generally? Point of intersection is the answer. Correct? Tell me. So x plus y equal 50, 3x plus y equal 90. Solve both. So if you solve reversely, 3 minus 2. Third equation minus second equation if I solve. 90 minus 50, 40. Y cancel. 3x minus x, 2x. 2x equal 40, x equal 20. Whenever x equal 20, y value 30. Finish. 20 comma 30 is the answer. What is the answer? 20 comma 30 is the answer. आगे चले. Chalo, let us move on. See. Just a second. Sorry. Here 30 comma 0 only. Actually, he asked to maximize. Where we are getting maximize 30 comma 0. Okay. So most of the cases, point of intersection is the answer. Okay. Right. So here we have to check anyway. We have to check 30 comma 0 also we got no. Right. So what are the corner points here? 0 comma 0. 30 comma 0. 20 comma 30. 0 comma 50. Clear? Where you are getting a maximum value here? 30 comma 0. 30 comma 0 is the answer. So what can write? Therefore, the maximum value of Z is 120. What is the maximum value you should write? Where you got maximum value, also we should write. Point also important. At where, which point you got maximum value? At 30 comma 0. Clear? Now second example, so you can observe there. It's very easy. See here. Here point of intersection is the answer. 4 comma 3. Here also region is bounded or not? Yes. You have to write all these. There from the figure. Okay, graph is the region is A, B, C, A. A, B, C, A is bounded and closed with the corner points. What are those? 0, 5, 4, 3, 0, 6. Okay, after that take table, corner points, solve. So taking table, taking table means solving part. Fourth part. First part, understanding the given data in the problem. Second part, formulating the given inequalities. Maximize this, minimize that, subject to constraints. The data, writing data in the form of inequalities is second part. Third part, graph. Okay. Fourth part, taking corner points in finding solution. Solution part. In solution part, generally we have table. Finally, in table we'll come to know which is the maximum, where we got maximum or minimum. Here what is asking actually, minimum or maximum? Minimize. So minimize means where we'll get minimum value. That point is minimum point and that value is minimum value. See how solution, how conclusion was written here. Hence the minimum value of Z is 2300. Attach the point 4, 3. Clear? Easy? So let us stop here anyway. Of course, we can go forward, but see, let us observe these examples. So in the next class, we'll start the exercise 1. Okay, 12.1 will start. So hope you understood. So it's very easy to understand. Hope you all have understood. Right, in the next class, we'll start solving some problems from the exercises. Clear? Chalo. I'm going to signing off. Thank you all.